But guys, let me just be honest. Fat and set is convenient. Fat and set is convenient and it's going to work for you. But is it worth it? Hey there, my name is Melanie Kozo, aka Mrs. M. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you will always be notified every time I post. Well guys, I decided to put a theme on my talks. You know, I don't want to just talk without you guys understanding why I am talking. So I decided to put a name into the show.
To my world where breathing feels new.
So guys, I decided to come in with my coffee and I'm gonna give you a chance to go and grab your coffee and a chair and sit and be warm and let's have a chat. So we're going to talk about cohabitation, aka fat and set in our own languages. So guys, I know that a lot of people don't want to speak about cohabitation, aka fat and set, because it's a bit of sensitive topic, and that's because a lot of people that we know are doing it, or people that we know have done it before. So now it's like when you speak about it, it's like you are speaking directly to those people, and also it's a controversial topic. But I decided to speak about it after somebody had asked me about my own view, since I have done it before. So after Manegi spoken about it on Facebook, a lot of people were like awakened a little bit, and yeah, they just wanted this topic to be spoken about in our societies. And someone asked me, what is your view, since you have done it before, and what can you advise someone else who maybe is thinking about doing it? So I don't want to make it too long. I just want to speak about the truth about cohabitation. Well, cohabitation is living together with someone and have a sexual relationship while you're not married. So guys, yes, I've done it. I've done cohabitation before and I had reasons. So what I'm gonna say before I state any opinion, I just want to outline the fact that people do it for a reason, and in most cases you might not understand the reason why they're doing it. Hence I am going to generalize my point. And obviously guys, I don't want to attach the Bible into this topic, because obviously according to the Bible it's wrong and you cannot justify it. So I decided that I'm going to speak my own opinion, and I'm not going to be speaking about the Bible. You know, I really wish I was given a platform to speak about this topic even before I got married, because now people will say, so na no mukulu so take win, blah 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 blah, you know. And because people choose to hate instead of learning from what other people have to say about certain topics. So yeah, but you know what, I'm waiting for those critics. I'm waiting for them. It's fine, you can bring them on in the comment section. Everybody who's doing fat and set, there is a reason, guys. Like, we might not understand the reason for doing it, but there is a reason that is valid according to them. So now let me just give you a reason for myself. Why did I do it? I did it because I was pregnant, and in the beginning of my pregnancy things were like really tough, and then we took a decision to live together. But before that, we spoke to our parents first about our situation, and also because we were far away from home, they understood. It was understandable at that time, and I thought that we were doing the right thing. Okay, well, that was my reason. But some people live together because they need each other. Some people live together because they are planning for their wedding. Some are engaged, while some people are living together just because one of them just decided to take bags and move in. While some people are living together because the man is not ready yet financially to do the right thing, and then he claims that he loves the woman, and now he decides to take her in even before he does the right thing. But guys, let us be honest, there are levels to this thing. Like, some people decide to move in and it's only the two of them living in the same house. But some people take it to another level, guys, of moving in with the whole family. like, I mean, the Makoti vibe. Like, his mom is there, his dad, his siblings, and everyone else is there, and then you just start living with them. Levels. So many people say that there is no formula to a successful relationship, and I agree to that. There is no formula. You can never follow the right steps. You can never follow the correct steps for you to have a successful relationship. But here is the truth about fat and set. Okay, the first one is your boyfriend will never be your husband until he becomes one. He is not your husband, and that is like a fact. And I believe that so many people who are doing it know, they are aware of this. He is not my husband, he is my boyfriend. Even those who are like in denial, saying that, okay, he's my husband because I'm living with him. You know, like people say so many things. Fact is, he is not your husband until he does certain things. And now, this is where the whole thing comes in. Now, because you guys are living together and you're not married yet, what happens? Now there is going to be a lot of confusion because he is not my husband. I'm not gonna do this for him. I'm not gonna do that for him. She's not my wife. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna. Even if you still do some of the things, but some of the things you'll be like, no man, lo muntu lona akangshatanga. Mundu angantekanga so ansatwa yena. So I won't do this. I won't do that. And by doing all those things, you are now creating a new relationship dynamic that you guys gonna have to live with forever if you decide to get married. So I would say that if you decide to move in with a man prior to your marriage, do that because you don't want to marry that person. Do it because you don't see a marriage with them. Because if you are thinking about marriage with them, it's gonna affect your whole marriage. Now, whatever it is that you'll be doing, whatever it is that you're gonna be introducing in your relationship, it's gonna be there to stay. Remember, a behavior is there to stay. So now there are things that you're going to introduce. There are certain behaviors that you are going to introduce. And now because your reason for them is that I'm not married, I'm not their wife, I'm not their husband, I'm not, you know all those things. By the time you decide to get married, you might not be able to get rid of them. So take notes, guys. If you want to be in a fat and set relationship, make sure that you're not planning to get married to that person. You're just doing it for the fun of it. Here is the second one, guys. Fat and set is not a foundation of a relationship. It is rather the roofing. And now you are now jumping to the roofing before you do a foundation, before you start even building the wall for your house. How is that going to help you? My point here is, some people say that I want to stay with this person because I want to know them better. It's like they want to practice marriage with them. And yeah, putting it into like that perspective to say I'm practicing marriage might seem like you are now doing a foundation for the marriage, but you are not. It is not a foundation. Why? Because you are not doing things in a proper way. You guys are not doing anything that married people do. Even if you do, you are not gonna do it fully, because in your mind one thing is telling you that this person is not my husband, and that fact alone, it's gonna like ruin everything. If ever you guys were going to practice for that marriage in your fat and set in a way that you'll be doing everything in a proper way, you'll be like practically married, and even in your mind you tell yourself that. But that's like highly impossible to think you're somebody's wife before they even marry you. That's like highly impossible for somebody to be thinking that you are their wife before they marry you. Yes, you can do some of the things, but I doubt you do everything. So the fact that you won't be doing everything like married people, the fact that you guys will be like pretending to be married when you're not, it's gonna play a huge role. It's gonna be a whole lot of pretense, and you're not practicing anything, and everything that you're doing here, it's not gonna help you later on in your marriage. It's just gonna bring so many consequences that you guys are gonna have to deal with once you get married. So it's like now in your marriage you'll be solving all the things that you guys have done in your fat and set. It's like now it takes you back. Instead of you guys moving forward, it takes you back. So it is not a foundation. Fat and sad does not guarantee marriage. Living together with that man does not mean that by the time he decides to get married, he's gonna marry you, or does it binds him to marry you in the end. Well, it becomes a problem because we become entitled, and we feel like they now owe us. Why? Because we've been giving ourselves for free, and now by the time they decide that they want a wife, they should shikolo marry us. Guys, it does not work like that. Just like any other relationship, there's a breakup. So you guys might break up even before you get married. So, and you should be ready for such things. If you are in a fat and sad relationship, you should know that your boyfriend is not binded by any law or anything. Even South African law, guys, does not support fat and sad. That it does not take fat and sad as a legal marriage. So here is the tough one that was always troubling me when I was still in the fat and sad. Guys, a woman has a price. You are a full cow. And if you keep on giving him the milk, you will never buy the cow. That is the reality of fat and sad. You have a price, but if you decide to give yourself for free, you are losing that value. Guys, if you ever took your time to go into the shop to purchase something, like it doesn't matter how much it costs, if ever you went there with love to buy that thing, and then after 5 years or after 10 years or 20 years later, you feel like they are out of fashion, or you don't like them that much, you will never forget the value that they had when you bought them. Just like when a man decides that I want to marry this person, they see the value, right? And now 20 years later, do you think they will just look at you like you're just a piece of something? They won't. You know, even if you guys will decide to divorce, they will always know that you hold this certain value, you hold this certain worth in you. So now if you decide to take yourself there, you live there for like 10 years, you will never have the value according to them. And even if you guys decide to break up, they will take you like a piece of paper. So you've never had any value. You just wasted the whole gold that you are. Give yourself for free. And for what? I don't know. We do it. I did it. But for what? For why? I don't know. Here's another one that confuses people. Guys, no matter how much you can try and practice marriage, you'll never get it right. By the time you decide to get married, your marriage will be new. Apart from the fact that you will be holding a baggage from your fat and sad now. Someone might say this, but Carrie, we're living far apart, but we're both paying rent where we stay. And it's more like you're wasting money on the rent. But guys, let me just be honest. Fat and sad is convenient. Fat and sad is convenient, and it's going to work for you. But is it worth it? You know what, guys? I take fat and sad as a shortcut. And we all know what shortcuts do. And at the end of the day, you are going to lose the most valuable things because of trying out shortcuts in life. And let me just say, patience is virtue, and it's worth it at the end. The biggest lesson that I had to learn from fat and sad to marriage was that everything that we were doing in fat and sad were unnecessary. Instead, we just had to spend our first day in marriage trying to clean up the mess that we made in our fat and sad. One last thing that I would like to share with you guys from my experience is that fat and sad is going to take away the excitement of the first day in marriage. So it means you guys will never have to experience your first day in marriage, your first week in marriage, your first year in marriage. Why? Because you've been living together, and that whole time you were just wasting time. If you're gonna have a first day in marriage and enjoy that very first day without children, without having to be carrying your baggage from your fat and sad, guys, I think if you have a chance to do that, do it. Why? Because it's worth it. In the long run, it's gonna be worth it. In the long run, it's gonna be beautiful. It's a story that you also gonna be proud of. In conclusion, I'll say that do what works for you. At the end of the day, people will not understand your reasons for doing the things that you do, and if ever you need help, they won't be there to help you. Instead, they will just laugh and speak about you behind your back. So just do what works for you and for your own reasons. Ladies, I will just leave this to you. Just make sure that you're not a victim. Just make sure that you're not being lied to, because the man might be lying and saying, I'll marry you next week, I'll marry you next year. And just make sure that there is reciprocity in your relationship and you're not there to give and get nothing in return. Well, that's all I had for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you guys have learned something from my experience. Hope to see you again in the next video, guys. Please take care, and I love you so much. Bye bye. Let me just finish my coffee. Oh, again, from the truth that I just shared today, it's up to you whether you want to learn or you want to hate.